Good morning, students. Now we are going to discuss about the female reproductive part or gynecium. Last class we are going to discuss about male reproductive part or andrecium. Now the gynecium. The gynecium represents one or more pistil of the flower. One or more pistil of the flower. What is the meaning of pistil? In the 11th standard itself, we are going to discuss the pistil contain three parts. One is the stigma, style and ovary. See the figure above the top, that is an stigma. It is a landing platform for pollen grains. The pollen grains from the andrecium, it is lodging on the stigma. That is a landing platform for pollen grain. Second one is the style. Style is below or beneath the stigma a long slender tube-like appearance, that is called the style. Basal part of the pistil or carpel is called ovary. That is called ovary. There is ovary, style and stigma. The pistil is containing the three parts, that is, what are they? Ovary, style and stigma. That is the swollen basal part of the pistil is called ovary. So, the female reproductive part, the gynecium, contains the more pistil. The pistil is ovary, style and stigma. The next one, inside the ovary, a large ovules are present. The ovule, what is the structure of ovule? Ovule structure, right? Ovule structure or the ovule, otherwise called megasporangia, that is in plural forms. Okay, right? Next one, see the ovule. What are the main important events inside the ovule? First one, chalaza, integument, nucellus, embryo sac, hilum, micropyle, funicle, wrap and vascular supply. Okay. See, discuss about the structure of ovule. What is the meaning of chalaza? Chalaza, it is a basal part of the ovule where nucellus, integument and funicle are made. See, micropyle, see the chalaza end, there are two ends, one is the chalaza end and another one is the micropylar end. The chalaza end contain the basal part, the ovule where nucellus, integument and funicle. What is the meaning of that? The basal part, chalaza, the basal part of the ovule where nucellus, integument and funicle. Right. What is the meaning of integument? Integument, that is the nucellus is developed one or two protective covering, that is called the integument, that is the covering layer 1, 2. The covering layer is called integument, which will protect inside the nucellus. What is the meaning of nucellus? Body of the ovule made up of central mass of parenchyma test. So this is a parenchyma test, central mass, that is inside the middle, that is a central mass of parenchyma test. So this is called nucellus. It is contains large reserve food materials. Reserve food materials are present inside the nucellus. What is the main function of nucellus? It will give the nourishment to the embryo sac. What is the embryo sac? Embryo sac is large sac-like ovule. That is called embryo sac. Towards the micropylar end, that is towards the micropylar end. It develops the functional megaspores are formed. This is the functional megaspore. Only one megaspores are that is the functional megaspores. Functional megaspores. Okay. Next one, the another one more end, that is the chalaza end. The next one is the micropylar. Micropylar end, it is the pollen tube enter. How the pollen stigma, the pollen tubes are enter into the ovule. So the pollen tube enter into the ovule. The part is called the micropylar end. Okay. Next one is hilum. Hilum means it is a straight ovule. If it is a straight ovule is straight. It is inverted ovule. Ovule is an inverted. If the ovule is straighter, that part is called hilum. That is the integument. Funicle. Funicle means it is inverted ovule. The stalk is called the funicle. Stalk is called funicle. If the inverted straight ovule is called hilum, inverted ovule is called funicle. Okay. Next one, the stalk of the integument is called funicle. The inverted ovule is called the stalk is called the ref. What is the meaning of vascular supply? In between the integument, a vascular supply is present. Vascular supply is present. The functional megaspores is developed and the vascular supply is present. Okay. Next one is the embryo sac and the functional megaspores are developed. There are two ways. One is tuninucleate and crassinucleate. What is the meaning of tuninucleate? Two more questions. Tuninucleate and crassinucleate. Differences. So it is developed in the hypodermal cell, that is crassinucleate is developed in the subhypodermal layer. It is a single layer of nuclear tissue and small nucleus. It is a large nucleus, small nucleus and large nucleus. What is the meaning of integumentary tapetum or endothelium? Endothelium. The large layer of integument perform, see here, in the large layer of integument, that is integument layer, perform the function of embryo, perform the nutritive function of embryo. எம்ப்ரியோவுக்கு நிறைய என்னது கொடுக்கும், நியூட்ரிட்டிவ் சப்ளை கொடுக்குது. தட் இஸ் கால்டு integumentary tapetum or endothelium. Next two terms, that is epistas and hypostas. Epi means see the upper, that is a chala cell. Epi means upper, that is a chala cell. Chala group of cells are formed between chalas and embryo sac. Embryo sac, this is also the embryo sac. Group of cells are formed. Here the group of cells are formed between chalas and embryo sac, that is called epistas. What is the meaning of hypostas? Group of cells formed above the micropylar end. Here see the micropylar end and the embryo sac and above the micropylar. See here the micropylar, that is called hypostas. That is called hypostas. Okay students, thank you.